We do this for the culture. Yeah. You can tell I stay fly just by looking at my kicks. $1 million mind frame with plans to get rich. Kicks and culture.
So we're gonna start with Sneaker J. And this is a question for the panel also. You have a Holy Grail shoe. Or do you own it already?
I do. Actually,
you got too many shoes in your closet. There is no Holy Grail.
I would say, you know, a Holy Grail shoe, like, I would say that is out of my reach, has to be probably like an Air Mag. You know, a Nike Air Mag shoe, you know.
Okay.
But coming back down to reality, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Holy Grail that I have is a Chicago 1 Off-White.
Ah,
Chicago 1 Off-White.
Chicago 1 Off-White.
You know what it's worth now?
I want to say the size that I have, a 9.5, is going for around probably 7K, 7 to 8K.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jay, you got one? Holy Grail? 1 or 2? Oh, you already have it?
No, I don't have it. I don't have it.
I mean, something that you're just searching for that, or something you already have in your closet.
I ain't in my closet.
No, you already know that in your closet.
I mean, as far as grills, me, cause I wear all mine and I dog them too. so you know what I'm saying? I'm not a great collector, so you know, as far as the grills, but some I really want it. I don't know, it's maybe not one that everybody wanted, but I did want the Fear of God.
Oh yeah. That was actually a good one.
Yeah, I wanted that one, but you know, I haven't gotten it. But that's probably the only one I wouldn't get on the dirt bike or 4-wheeler.
So you'll
rest
keep
of them, yeah, I get on. You know, I ain't a great collector. I wear everything. So
yeah. All right, cool. Hey, what you got?
Shit, mine would probably be like one of the Nike Yeezys, probably like the Platinums, the Solars, Red Octobers, any one of those.
Hold on, you Nike Yeezy 1?
Yeah,
or 2?
one. Excuse me.
Got you.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 2
I've seen them on your feet on the little,
I hated that release.
You got
we'll
them.
get into.
He got them.
Yeah, that was it. They got them at the
that
the old location.
That was the worst release of my sneaker life. However, go ahead, bro. I don't even want to think about it. I just like the shoe though.
But the Louis V.
Air Force One.
No, the Louis V. Yeezy that he did.
Did you see the box?
Yeah.
The
Did you see the box?
Was crazy.
Off-White Air Force.
Yeah.
My wife
Crazy.
even liked it, and she didn't know what it was.
Crazy. They go crazy.
But it was Louis, so she was just
my
like,
God. They have
the presentation.
the embossed labels. I mean, the embossment on the shoe box.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
The presentation's crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was good.
you got one?
Holy Grail. Not one just definite, but if I had to pick one, I am an Air Max 1 total fanatic. Yeah. White, red, give me that all day. That's the only shoe I have 3 of, period. Other than that, I mean, that's it.
That's it?
That's it. What's yours?
Honestly, it'll probably be low top Dior ones or Chunky Dunky.
That's obtainable. You can
That's obtainable. I'm working on them Dior's right now.
Well, you had an issue with the Chunky Dunkies.
Not with the Chunky Dunkies, but I got it straightened out.
You got an issue with it?
I bought a pair, and it's crazy, you know, because what's circulating right now is the discussion between StockX. You know, they had a big issue recently with Nike.
Yeah.
You know, about saying that their shoes weren't legit or whatnot.
Right.
So I bought a pair, was it from GOAT? I want to say it was GOAT. I purchased a pair of Chunky Dunkies off GOAT. I think I paid like $1,300.
Okay.
Okay. I received the shoe, and it's crazy because you know, being a YouTuber, whenever I get shoes in and stuff, I'm opening the package on camera.
Exactly.
So I opened up the package on camera, and you can immediately see the reaction on my face change as soon as I see it. It wasn't funny, but I laughed at it. I was like, oh. Like you say,
You can see his face.
Cause I'm happy, you know. I got a shoe that I wanted. I got a Grail, you know. So I'm pumped for it.
It was like worn to try it on or some shit. Yeah,
It looked like it running.
Hold on, and you got
it
this
looked like
from where?
somebody was doing the Michael Jackson. Hey, it looked like somebody was doing the, you know. So it just had a big crease across the toe box.
Yeah.
And I'm like, $1,300.
And this something you excited for too. Like you
And for the folks who feel like, oh, 1,300 is nothing, we are working class people.
For sure.
For a sneaker.
For sure.
1,300 is
that retails at $100. Keep in mind. So
Exactly.
it's you know, but like I said, my whole reaction immediately changed when I seen it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh no, you know,
Authentic on camera.
man,
Right.
on camera, yeah. So I reached out to them and told them, you know, my situation. They told me send them pictures. Sent them pictures. They told me that they would give me a credit back if I sent it back. You know, they said that based upon their, you know, authenticators and stuff, that shoe passed the authentication test.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man,
Michael Jackson checked that shit.
yeah, what?
Somebody like track.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, that's crazy. That's my little story I had on the Chucky Nuggets though. That's a crazy situation.
Going to kind of segue into that, Jay. You gave us a story on the dunk, and you know we go to these sites, or people go to these sites as far as GOAT or StockX, and we see the thing that just came out with StockX. But being an avid collector, and I know by us living in Warner Robins, and we don't have access to a lot, so you hinge on these sites and you pray and hope that they send you the right thing. You're an avid collector. Why? I mean, the word sneakerhead gets thrown around so much. Kind of why did you start collecting shoes, or did you start collecting shoes because you couldn't wear them all? And it was just like, all right, you know what? I need this one. I need this one. So kind of explain to us what is that thing that you say, you know what? I just want to keep doing this.
Yeah,
I have to.
It started back in my younger days, man. Anybody who knows me from back, see, I'm originally from Miami, Florida. You know what I'm saying? Moved from Miami, Florida to Naples, Florida. But all my life growing up, elementary, my mom kept me, you know what I'm saying? My parents, they kept me with the kicks. So I've always had the fashion sense, you know, so I always kind of been into it. I want to say around middle school, prices of shoes started going up.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I wasn't able to get them as frequent as I wanted. So it was a lot of shoes that was missed out on, you know, and stuff. So I still always had the love for the sneakers and stuff.
Right.
So high school, I want to say I was about 14. I'm at 10th grade, 14 years old, first job, Family Dollar.
You were working at 14.
14. Actually, my first job ever was 13. Winn-Dixie. I was a bag boy. Bad boy at Winn-Dixie. You crazy. Hey, I've been working all my life, man. I'm gonna go get them, man. But look, you know, started working and my whole entire checks went to nothing but like clothes and shoes. That's all I used to buy, clothes and shoes.
Yeah.
So, you know, I always had a sense for like the shoes and fashion and stuff. So that's kind of what brought me into the sneaker game and stuff. And then upon being in it, doing that, started learning more about them, the backstory behind shoes and different things. So,
and that's one of the things that gets us too. Like that can actually sell a shoe. The shoe can be a dud.
For sure.
But if you have a good story behind it, or if Nike or Vans or any shoe company puts a great story behind it, you know, you and I talk about that all the time.
We'll sell it.
We'll definitely sell the shoe on who, what, why.
Because that's what connects you to it or make you want to buy it. You know what I'm saying? If you relate to it, or if it's something, because they can, like you say, they can see the shoe.
Right.
And be like, that's all right. But then you watch the video, they somebody talking about it, they tell you the story, you're like, oh, yeah, I like it now.
Right.
Marketing strategy.
Yeah,
Marketing.
definitely.
I mean, that's how I am with the Yeezys, man. Like, I don't think they're the best looking shoe, but I just fuck with Kanye as a person. You know what I'm saying? So anything he drop, I'm like, all right, cool, I grab it. If it's a new venture he doing, it might be a big ass oversized t-shirts that cost $700. I'm like, damn, if I can get it for retail, shit, I grab it.
Right. Yeah.
You're a good one.
Yeah.
I can't follow him all that.
I wish he show up sometimes.
He like David Cruz.
Yeah. He's a good influence.
Yeah.
You know, Kanye.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, you know, like you got Kanye, segued into Virgil.
Sure. Same way, same thing.
Oh yeah, you kicking it with
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. You know, AD, we talk about shoes, you know, like Jay was talking about the collecting and pretty much we go from collecting to housing the shoe. I mean, we can try to wear them all, but it's just not enough days in a year to even wear them. So you created, you know, and I hate to say reselling, but you created the business where you can buy, sell, trade. You're like the GOAT of Middle Georgia. I mean, and I'll just say it honestly. How does one say, hey, you know what, this is the business I want to go in, and how did you get started doing that?
With me, I was always an athlete, you feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So back when I was a senior in high school, graduated, I had a track scholarship. You know, my ideal, I was always clean, I always had the shoes, I was always fashionable. But I got in a crazy-ass car accident whenever I was in college. And I was trying to, you know, I broke my pelvis, I wasn't able to walk, you know what I'm saying? So I was struggling trying to figure out, like, what am I gonna do to be able to provide for my family, you know what I'm saying? Because I was never average in sports, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always saw myself being in the league or being in the Olympics, running track or something like that. Right. So that was just what my mind was set on. So when that happened, I couldn't walk for a year. So I'm just sitting down like, what the hell am I gonna do? Like, what else am I good at? I mean, I'm looking at myself. Right. Man, you got all these shoes, you got all the clothes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing like 2Js and the Yeezys coming out, and I'm seeing people paying like $1,500 for shoes. And I'm like, man, I used to do this on the side, you know, just to do it. Like, I'll buy shoes, wear them a couple times, sell them to get some cheese. So I was like, man, let me start doing this. So I go to Atlanta one year. It was the gold top threes that dropped at Wish. Yep. So this was probably like one of the shoes that I actually had to camp out like overnight for. Like the Concords, you know, I got people in the store that can grab that stuff, but at Wish, you know, they ain't going for none of that. It's a different type of hustle. You know, you can go to Galleria Mall, it might be 10, 15 people out there, but in Atlanta, like the whole city gonna be out there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I go out there and I'm seeing guys pull up in Raris, you know, the newer style Mercedes and all this stuff, and I'm asking for like, what the hell do you niggas do? Right. And they're like, man, they resell shoes. Oh, this so and so who resell shoes, he got this and that. So okay, cool. So it's me and my girl out there. I end up getting my shoes, you know, cool. Walk out the store. As soon as I step foot out, nigga said, I give you $800 for both of them. Mind you, I just paid $160 for them. So that was 16, you know, made $1,600. So I'm like, man,
I like them, but not that much.
And I respect that because, see, my mindset is like, okay, I do this. I own this. This is fresh. It's mine. Yeah. And my mindset is like, what type of reseller, you know, like, are you? But what type of reseller is this person? Are you the malicious person? Are you the person that you turn into because you got a story behind it? Yeah. And for me, everybody that I've seen that was a reseller, at least 90% of them are, I want to do this with this shoe and I'm just going to sell it when I walk out because I just want to make the money. It's just money is transactions. Yeah. Money is transaction. It's not, this guy is, he has 3 kids. Like, I have 2 sons. So by me working, I can't get in line, but I still rock the J's and I still love this and I want my sons to have them. Yeah. So you would be the person that I contact to say, hey, this is what I need and I don't mind paying a, you know, overage for it. But for the malicious guy that's just walking out the store, it's like, hey, I got these and I don't, I kind of just
that was never my mentality with it. You know what I'm saying? I had the 9 to 5, I was a server, I worked at Walmart, worked at UPS while trying to fund, you know, doing all this kind of stuff. Right. So I've seen both sides of it. With me, I had my first son when I was in high school. So when I started working, I opened up a small T-shirt stand, printing stuff like this for customers that came by and stuff. And my resale business was slowly but surely growing. And you know, once I accumulated enough capital to be like, okay, it's necessary for a store. You know, I'm at my grandma's house. I was staying with her. Like, once my shoes, you know, you can't even walk around in the house no more because I got 200, 300, 400 shoes just laying around, boxes going out, this, that, and the third. Right. You know, I was like, okay, it's time for that. So it was kind of like, I always wanted that same feeling of scoring a touchdown. And whenever I would meet people getting shoes, or people hitting me up trying to get shoes, they want to pre-order shoes, they saying they can't get them, and I was actually able to provide that service for them. That's what made me fall in love with it. Gotcha. Honestly, like the dollar amount like that, that's cool. The money's gonna come and go. You know, how many people can I inspire? How many resellers on the street that I see that are all about money. How can I
Right.
put something else in their head? Like, yo, it's cool that you reset, but why do you really want to do it?
And they
You know
lump
what I'm
all
saying?
of you guys in the same category.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
like,
do. They do.
If you
It-
malicious reseller,
Man.
the good guy reseller, you know, you guys are all the
Man,
same.
when I was
But-
first starting out, you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of like the line leader with people reselling in Warner Robins. You know, it used to be just me and, you know, my 20 people that I got sitting in line grabbing all the shoes.
Right.
And once people started figuring out what I was doing, they, you know, would call corporate like, yo, this dude getting 20 pair of shoes and this, that, and that. I can't even get my son a pair of this, that. So the managers would, you know, pull me to the side, be like, yo, we got to chill. You know, we might have to limit the pairs you're getting.
Right.
And once they limited that, cool. You know, I ain't no type of nigga that coming in the store and like, oh, you can't do this and all that. All right, cool, I understand, it's business. So, you know, once they're trying to limit the pairs that I'm getting, it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm abiding by the rules, but I got to get more bodies. So instead of 20, I got 40 people coming. You know what I'm saying? So now they're like, yo, we got to figure out what the hell you doing. Like this.
Intuitively
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, so, you know, they kind of had a bad outlook on me, but once they, you know, pulled me to the side and we actually had a real conversation,
Right.
they're like, oh, you ain't just doing this to make no money. Like,
Right.
you're actually providing a service for people. And, you know, once people started coming to me before they would go to Foot Locker
Right.
or anything, like people would stop putting in raffles because it's just so hard to get a shoe now
Right.
for retail. So they would rather pay the extra $50 or $100 I'm charging just to do that.
I'm glad you shed that light on that subject because, like I said, everyone who's a reseller gets dumped into that category of
Right.
you just want money.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's
at the
it.
same time, like you would be the person if I needed a shoe to say, hey, can you get this for me because I have 2 sons at home and I
Right.
need this.
Right.
I mean, and I think that's the bad part about it is I had tunnel vision because
Yeah.
I just thought all of you all were the exact
Oh,
same.
yeah. I mean, and 90% of resellers are that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might meet a select few. Like I said, of all resellers that do it big time on YouTube, I told you I
Right.
followed that one guy,
Right.
2J's, just because of his
Yeah.
backstory. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause
And I respect the hustle.
Yeah, I respect
I respect all the reseller hustle.
I respect the hustle, but when that's the only thing you're in it for, you know, that's what I can't, you know what I'm saying, support.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, for sure. Because once you get into the mindset of like take,
Right.
yeah,
I'm
you ain't
gonna
gonna accumulate anything anyway. So yeah, so I can
Definitely.
definitely understand that. Sneaker J,
What's good?
now your collection has grown over the years. All right. So with your collection being grown over the years, have you thought about the selling part of it? Have you thought about selling your shoes?
It's crossed my mind about selling them, but it's like nah, cause I'm gonna be the why did I do it? You know what I'm saying? Right after I sell, I'm gonna miss a shoe, and it's crazy. Whenever I sell any shoe of mine that I have, the next day I see y'all all my three have on the same exact shoe that I
empty
sold.
space.
I'm like, man, why did I sell this shoe, man? But
It's the empty space.
yeah, man. So it's just one of those things. But definitely, I tell myself it's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a time in the day where all this gonna have to go because you know I ain't gonna wear shoes forever. You know, like these shoes. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm giving mine away.
You
Every shoe I own. I have a son. I'm pretty sure he's gonna want them. If he doesn't want, I'll give him the pick of the litter. And then my son. So I have a 21-year-old, and my son is 10 now. If he wants them, I know that the Jordans and everything that I have right now is pretty much timeless. But if he does not want them, I'm just gonna give them away.
If you're not wearing them and they sitting up, they're gonna crumble in
Yeah,
there.
so-
It's just gonna become somebody want an artifact.
and
And it's not gonna be wearable.
And for me, I know people like, what?
So,
You gonna give them away? You know, my thing is, judging from where I came from, you know, like I just, it was hard, man. So, you know, like I have, you know, I'm knocking on the door like 600-700 pair of shoes. I can't wear them all, you know. So now it's like, I just want to give these shoes to an individual or individuals who don't have the money to get them. So it's not right now. So don't call me. don't inbox me. Don't call. I'm trying to wear every single pair of my shoes right now because I just retired. But at the same time, I'm like, when that time comes, I keep them all. There are going to be a lot I didn't wear.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna.
Because even I look in my closet, I'm like, dang, man, I didn't know I had those.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to a remote location and I'm just going to send out one text.
The
Here you
only
go.
way I began to have a collection is like when I started grabbing like a lot of them at a time. You know, it was like, you know, I only would get the shoes I like.
Right.
Some people just get all of them because, no, I don't like it. I ain't getting it just because everybody like them, you know.
Yeah.
I might not like them. But then it start being several that I like at a time, you know, and I'm like, okay, now I got these 4 in, but I ain't have nowhere to go, you know what I'm saying? So I might wear this one, then them 2 or 3 sit there, and then I might wear this other one. I like these, so I actually like it. So I done wore it, you know, 4 or 5 times. So I neglect the other ones. So it's only by, you know, when they start getting to be 4 or 5 coming out within a month or 2 that I like. But then it started to be a lot of them. They started coming back with the dunks, you know, because they had stopped that when I was in college, and I used to wear the dunks and blazers. So when they came back, I started grabbing it. Yeah, because I love dunks and blazers. So I was getting them.
But
you know what I'm saying? Now, you know, more of my collection really is new because I used to.
Right.
I'm talking about everyone I get, I wear them and dog them out. I don't care. Oh man, I messed them up. You know, I might clean them. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's one way I kind of bruise. I don't clean shoes. You know what I'm saying? So next thing you know, I'm from the hood. I go back down to the hood, and then people see somebody. He done gave him his shoes. Right. I give them to, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood base or something. I give them to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
So based off of what you just said, segue into what you do. So barely ordinary thread. You have, you say you wear the shoes. You don't care about them, but your thought process is different because what you do is you create a brand based off of what comes out. You say, you know what, I don't care about the shoe, but I can give you 4 t-shirts that match your shoe. Barely. You tell us why you did barely, and why is it barely?
Well, barely started out when I had the store, when I had the storefront, the shoe store, but you know, it started before that. I had the Rocket Fresh brand, and you know how it is when you want to get brands in your store.
Right.
You know, a lot of people don't know that side. We got this store, it's nice, and you send them pictures. They don't care what other brands you got.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who else you selling?
Exactly.
Why you worry about them? I'm trying to sell your product. You know what I mean? And I just got tired of it, and I didn't have a big name brands in there, stuff like that. But I started out, you know, printing memorial t-shirts, RIP t-shirts type stuff like that, family reunions. So then when I couldn't get them, the brands, I had to, you know, stay alive. So created my own, you know what I mean? And then the first brand, like I say, was Rocket Fresh. I was doing, basically I was like a sneaker tee. You know, everything was geared around the sneakers. But then, you know, I got better at it. I got, you know, better quality products, started looking at different blanks and moved up, you know, so. And I didn't want to take the price point because people get used to, you know, if you've been paying $20 for a t-shirt, now you want to charge me $40 for a t-shirt? Shoot, the t-shirt I'm getting now, the print on costs about $20, so I can't sell it to you for that. So, you know, when my price started moving up, the better stuff, I had to come out with another brand. And then Barely Ordinary was my higher end brand. And so then I just started making whatever I liked, you know, color combinations, this and that. Now, if I know it's a big release coming out, and I know it's gonna be a shoe like Christmas, you know, the 11th, everybody and their mama gonna get this shoe. Everybody, they gonna wanna match it. They don't wanna look like the mannequin. Of course, I'm gonna make some around that time that match those. But for the most part, I just make, you know what I'm saying, what I want with the Barely because, you know, they know I want to wear it with designer shoes. I don't just follow the Jordans. I don't just follow the Air Max. You know, I just make different color combinations because when they see it, they might be like, oh, I wouldn't even put them two together. Like when you get a Nike and the tongue got this one color on it, nowhere else on that shoe. That's how I might make a Barely.
I think that was the Air Max Concept 1. They did that Air Max 1 by Concepts or whatever it was. It had so many different colors in it, but I don't have a shirt to match it. So definitely I'm hitting you up, and I'm hitting up Rabbit Man. So Rabbit Man is that thing where you and Jay share the same path, the same platform as far as you know, you do what you want to do. I noticed one thing, you don't follow a trend. Do you all consider yourselves streetwear brands, or is it just your brand? And you know, like, what do they mean by that streetwear brand type deal? And I understand the t-shirts and stuff like that, but even with you doing Rabbit Man's clothing, like I said, you do what you want to do. You don't follow a trend. You say, hey, I want to put this out, and this is why, because I want to do it.
Yeah, I look in my closet, I was like, you know what, I don't have a green shirt. And so I go and I make me a green shirt, and I put whatever I want on there. Sometimes I come out with my own concept. I come up with my own saying, but I just try to keep it true to me and how I like it.
Right.
You know, so it's not anything that's over the top. I won't consider myself streetwear or anything like that, because I don't want to be clumped into a category. But I do want to pull certain ideas from the streetwear genre, or ready to wear, or even runway. So I try to pull everything from anything and just kind of make it my own. But I don't want to be in this whole thing where it's just like, oh well, this guy here, he's a streetwear brand and all he make is t-shirts or whatever. Nah, I make more than t-shirts.
Do you all have a target audience? Is there a person?
What size you were?
People try to tell you that, that's the main thing they tell you. You gotta have this model, this person you're advertising to, and know your niche, or know your it gotta be from 21 to 30 or this one.
Right.
No, if you're alive, you fit mine. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And then you ask, do I fit in streetwear? No, I just fit in life. You know what I'm saying? Like because I may be more so in the street side of things, or in the actual street. And what is street?
Yeah.
Skateboarders be in the street a lot. You know what I'm saying? And they're streetwear. Or are you talking about the street guy that's out there trapping, or what street? Is it the graffiti artist? What actually is the streetwear you want to go with?
Right. Yeah.
And then I feel with the way I make my clothing, all of us can wear it, and we all dress different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if we all put on the same shirt, I guarantee you, it's gonna appeal to every way how you all dress. I may not dress like Jay. I don't dress like Mont, but when Mont put it on, and boy, he killed me when I was seeing my stuff in him. I said, "Oh, he killed me." I'm like, "Oh man,
but you know what, Jay? I tell you one thing about him: the photography.
But see,
it's so three-dimensional when he does it. He's just
unaware.
unaware.
I do it, it's gonna have this look.
Right.
If he shoot it, it's gonna be richer.
Yeah.
It's gonna look. I mean, we don't dress the same, and I'm like, I don't dress like that, but man, he killed that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, so I feel that I can appeal to everyone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have this set. Cause see, he might wear it a different way. You're gonna wear it with more some loafers or some you know what I'm saying? You like your hat. I'm the one who say with the ball. You know what I'm saying? So if he gonna dress it up, he gonna wear pants most of the time. Oh, I want me some nice joggers, something like that. So he gonna wear pants. If I get, I'm gonna throw on shorts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Only other thing, he'll put a jogging suit on. But like I say, I feel, I don't want to be stuck in the box of saying, like you say, it's just streetwear. Yeah. Because when I did the business casual, and it took off, you know what I'm saying? And that one did very well, and it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, streetwear, I wouldn't say.
By you guys being designers, and having your own clothing brand, is it hard? Because, of course, you're young and black. And I know a lot of people who are going to look at this video, they're going to say, well, how can I do that? Is there a process? Or is it, I go get a Gildan or whatever t-shirt you grab and you tear the tag out of it, put the tag in yours, and you say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm gonna make. Is there a better process?
The number one process don't start with a Gildan.
See, I don't know.
I'm just saying, you can't, people put that on, they gonna feel it. Is there
a process?
It's good, just a regular. If you have an event, you giving away. It's a quality t-shirt they're gonna watch in the last. Exactly. But just when you putting it on, you don't want to put no Gildan t-shirt.
I mean, because I know that particular segment is hard. Wear t-shirts, sweaters, crews, the whole nine. So a lot of times, because between me, AD, and Jay, we don't do the t-shirt thing. We are more sneakers. But we need you all because you can put on a pair of shoes, but I need
so the thing about it is like whenever you start a brand, and that's like any brand, it can be anything from product to service. You can sell French fries or you can sell whatever product you get. Ain't nothing new underneath the sun, pretty much. Right. You know what I'm saying? Everything has pretty much been done. So people don't really buy into the product, so to speak. They pretty much buy into you. So if they rock with you, then you're gonna get a following. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can put a design on a gilding. I can put a design on an anvil. I can put the same design on each particular shirt. Each particular shirt gonna fit different. But then again, if someone buys the shirt, they be like, oh, this is cool. But if you a butthole, they ain't gonna rock with you no more.
Right. No matter how good, how poor the quality is.
Yeah. If you ain't a good person, you know what I'm saying. So that was
kind of like what you were saying with Kanye.
That's why I said that's why Kanye's different. He was making a point whenever he didn't go back to Nike. He was making a point whenever he didn't go back to Adidas with the apparel and everything. That's why he went to Gap saying, I'm Kanye. This is why people are coming after me. I can take any company and turn it into $1 billion company by, you know, monetizing my celebrity. So it like what you just said, it just depends on the person and what you're doing, advocating the brand.
Yeah, because even though Kanye is misunderstood, there's still people who rock with him.
He's a genius. Absolutely. I think he's in his own way sometimes. But like you said, he's a genius.
Which we all can be.
He's in his way, you know, but he just, his level of comfort. You know, like, I'm comfortable if none of y'all like what I see. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
And I've done that myself. I made something where I wouldn't care who bought it.
Right.
I like this.
I'm heavy on it. I'm heavy on that. I look.
Everything I make is really like you said, because I needed to wear it. I needed to wear something. So I'm gonna like it. So now if the other people don't follow me and buy it, I'm just like, darn. But you know, hey, you know, I hadn't really came into that yet. Usually I find some other people that want to buy it. But like you say, I'm some people design for others and say, I know these people are like this, or if I do that.
I used to fall into that from the beginning. Because I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna make the design. I hope a red shirt, a yellow shirt, a blue shirt, because I know the ladies like light colors and the guys like dark colors.
Let me match some J's. Red, white, and black. Those are the ones I need.
Then now I got a whole stockpile of product that just sit here because ain't nobody bought it because I thought they may like it. But then when I start doing stuff that I like and I wear it how I wear it, then people been like, okay, all right, where did you get that from? Oh,
But visual is the key to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, that you're putting together, like that you're making, if you can put it on and it be appealing to someone, you know what I'm saying, that's what's going to sell it really most of the time versus just being sat out somewhere. But, you know, I feel like just each person's creativeness, you know what I'm saying, like just go with that. And if you put your whole vision that you have with the outfit or whatever that is you seeing when you putting that together, put that out there, they gonna gravitate to it. So the key is, I say, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just do what you do and be all in with it.
Yeah, because some people like colors. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some people who can rock stylish, colorful outfits, and you got somebody who can rock all black and it just looks
crazy.
Oh my goodness! You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So you have two totally different forms of the spectrum, and people have their own style. People have their own vision. People have their own identity with it, and they just go ahead and just rock it. You know what I'm saying?
I like what you guys said about just doing whatever you want to do, and who cares who likes it. Even when I started the sneaker store,
I wouldn't say who cares.
I mean, okay.
Both of us reach at the same time.
Okay, we'll tone that down.
Yeah,
I got you.
I want to attract somebody.
But going into that, it was like when I created Fresh, creating it was, can I do it? You know, I questioned myself 100 times. I questioned myself 1,000 times, and to say, working for Foot Locker, Foot Action, Kids Foot Locker, Later Foot Locker, all those places, and I saw the money that they were making. It was one of those things where I was just like, it has to be something better. What happens when I'm selling all these Felines for 2 for $89 or white Air Force Ones, or we have a line of people, you know, while I'm lifting up the gate at Foot Action? What if I had that money? And it was monetary from the beginning, but then again, I was just saying to myself, it has to be a better way. So, I mean, you know, you and I talked about this on the interview, but at the same time, it's tough, it's hard. But also what I got to do is I have to rely on you guys to make a t-shirt or a sweater or some apparel to go with what we have on the wall as well. And I think in this panel discussion, all of us have some type of connectivity because, you know, like Sneaker J, you're you're a sneaker enthusiast. So, I mean, you have a YouTube channel. People look at what you do and they'll follow that trend. Both of you guys have apparel line. I mean, you know, you may make something for shoes, you may not, but you all create something just based off of influence. You like what you like. Like you said, somebody's gonna like it. I hope.
Somebody will. Well, it's been going pretty good now, so somebody like it.
And like even with AD, from the perspective of, you know, from the resale perspective, it's more or less like, hey, well, I'm gonna do a regular release here, but at the same time, if I can't get it at Fresh or if I can't get it at whatever sneaker store, then you're that saving grace. Right. And it shed a new light for me as far as being a sneaker store owner or sneaker boutique owner to say, all right, well, now I just don't see you standing outside waiting to grab a shoe maliciously. Because I never understood. I never wanted to understand. I was naive in that aspect because I was like, hell no, I don't want y'all to come in here. Yeah. But then again, it's like, hey, dude, I have 6, 7, 8, maybe 20 people waiting on this shoe. And I can't stop you from buying it because you're the public. Right? But at the same time, it's like, you know, some guys are just overly aggressive. Oh, I mean, but
yeah, and they'll tank. They'll put a blemish on what someone else is doing that is reputable. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? If AD is doing something in a way where not only he's feeding his family,
right,
but he also has a really, you know what I'm saying, nice following, or even if he created a business model that can be catapulted to the next level going into the next 10 years or something like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want him to be tarnished by 5 dudes that is doing something else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then those 5 dudes have a negative concept. And then what's crazy about it, and not to say it can't happen, but those 5 dudes can tarnish AD's name.
Oh,
you know
it's like if you see, you know, kind of being young and being black. I mean, it's a lot of them that are, you know, rough and crazy,
so
but then again,
I mean, like you say,
it's us.
You don't want to stop him from buying a shoe, but like when he come here and buy a shoe, or if he does come here and buy a shoe, he's buying a shoe.
Right.
That's a difference.
That's
like,
his right.
If he resell it, that's no different than anybody else who come in here and buy a shoe. But it
resell in the parking lot, not in the store.
No, but
Get out.
They ain't gonna do it in here. But what separates it is a difference from the guys that most people don't like and the ones that's like the greed look, because then it's the backdooring. That's different than somebody coming in here buying a shoe.
Right.
That's just with anything. I can buy a pair of pants and later sell it to Goodwill. You know, or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's resale. But it's difference between the reseller and a store becoming a back door. You know what I'm saying? That's when it's the greed and the flexing and the standing on, I got 50 of these. And then they see him walk up here, then they thinking it's you. See, that's when you'll be like, no, don't even come in.
See, that's why
you know what I'm saying? They'll think that you is his connect. But no, I just sold him one shoe like I said everybody else.
But it's the same thing, just like what Jay was alluding to. So the whole backdooring thing has become pretty normal in some aspect in the sneaker culture. Right. So that whole backdooring, that can look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone comes to your
negative
store,
perspective.
Yeah, somebody comes to your store and they be like, hey, y'all got the blah, blah, blah. You be like, nah, we sold out. It's like, oh, man, they backdoored all them shoes.
The world has turned into a raffle. Yeah. You know, so pretty much. So, I mean, I can do what I want to do, but at the same time, like, I just really try to be fair. And my guys, I teach them that. So, you know, it's rough. I mean, you're going to get it from the front, from the back end. All the
no
time.
matter what, you're going to get those negative concepts. You're going to get those diminishing remarks. You're going to get that from any, because the last thing you want to do is try to have this dark cloud over your head based on what somebody else have said about you or what label someone else has done.
Social
that's
media.
On both of you guys' part.
But ultimately, you can't stop it. Person can come here and get 7 shoes. The 8th shoe that they want to get, man, he done sold all of them.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Folk don't care. They
That's a fact.
And it's just something about us that they gonna run to.
But it's crazy.
You go to McDonald's, they mess you up 5 out of 10 times.
Right. True.
You know, they don't
care. Ice cream machine is down.
They come in here.
Slushy machine is down today.
One of my shirts, you know, I don't sew them myself. I don't make them. You know what I'm saying? And I might not catch this one because I made it, I printed on, I ain't see it. But it right here, something might come out. Don't crucify me, just tell me.
Jay,
that one thread came, I got this shirt. I'll be like, oh, you know what? It did, I send it back to you.
Jay,
I seen your number.
Air Jordan 1. I had 36 shoes. all of them came in a black box. One size 7 came in an orange box.
The replacement box, because the box was
The
damaged.
dude came in the store and said, bro, why?
Hey,
I said, man, this is what Nike
Boy,
said.
hey,
Man, I can't.
boy, when I had my store, I had a replacement box. Somebody,
It's not my fault.
I told y'all he was selling the phone. Man, God,
Yeah. Like, I can't
they
win.
don't understand that stuff get damaged, and Nike actually does have
Right.
replacement boxes.
Right.
But,
So, man,
yeah.
but you can't win, though. I mean, but like you said, everybody said this, it goes back to the actual person.
Yeah.
If the person behind the business or the person behind the face behind that particular business, if you're humble and you're good and they rock with you, you can give them a replacement box, a dot on the shirt, no tag in it.
For sure.
They will buy it.
Exceptional customer service is like,
Come on, that's the key.
you know what I'm saying? Because I tell you this, McDonald's chicken biscuit tastes way better than Chick-fil-A. But people going to Chick-fil-A.
That service, boy.
That really goes a long
Chick-fil-A
way.
don't listen to this.
Hey, I always thought it was me. I was like, man, they overhyped this.
Chick-fil-A.
But they nice though. They made you feel good. Man.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A sent some gift cards to the show because I don't know what. When I rock with McDonald's, we've been rocking with McDonald's for 40 years.
Man, a good chicken sandwich.
Man, yeah, it goes in and it must come out.
I got a comment on that. What you said about the customer service, even going back to what you said about just the reseller and the business point behind whatever you just said.
Right.
As a reseller, seeing it from both sides, as a business owner and a reseller, whenever you go to these retail stores, it's always just the customer service. You know what I'm saying? As being a reseller, I have more of a freedom. You know what I'm saying? Do what I want to do with the customer. You know, a customer might come in here, you might do a raffle, you got to get out, you know what I'm saying? You might have a line outside, you might have to control that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Having a resale store, you know what I'm saying? I might have my music playing, you know, street urban music playing, they might be doing the cussing or whatever. With you having a Nike contract, you might only have 10 pairs to sell to the public. With me being a reseller, I might have 100 pairs and I might be able to take care of more people doing that. So that's why a lot of people are starting to stop coming to retail, just because they already know like it's impossible to shoot for retail.
Man, you dropping gems.
I might as well go to AD or the other retailer down the street and pay $400 for a shoe that I know costs $220 in the store, because it fits my need more than waiting in line and being disappointed when I'm not able to get that
crazy
shoe.
that it's crazy
anyway,
that
They're gonna try first, but then I know that's the backup.
It's crazy how the world has turned into that. And I tell you, one thing that helped, I hate it happen. Pandemic, COVID-19, it made people retrain the brain and think and understand, okay, how do I get it? PPP was flourishing. Everyone had money. I mean, it was like reparations around this damn thing. So, you know, like Foot Locker and Foot Action, they were closed. We were the only store open. So it was great for us. Shipment was slow and low, but at the same time, we did it. But kind of to AD's point, it was, you still had to have great customer service.
Right.
You can't ding me because I'm not open. I'm open, but I'm not open. I mean, but I can meet you on release day. So, I mean, there are a couple of
flexibility to do that.
Exactly, because it was my store.
Right.
You know, just come in with a mask on. That's all I ask.
Can't do that.
Yeah,
Right.
Foot Locker can't
Your
go
clothes,
into the
your
mall.
clothes.
Yeah. Foot Locker can go into the mall and the managers can make their own hours.
Barbershop, you know, like now, all of us would sit in there right now waiting on the haircut. Now it's, you have appointment after appointment, but I'm gonna tell you what
I
happened.
wish I had that when I was younger, man.
Exactly, but it helps you count your money.
Right.
You know, like now you have a scheduled event and a scheduled time of I'm gonna do X amount of this. So pandemic was horrible, but I think it reshaped the world and it helped the world out on some minute things. I mean, one thing I took up was, you know, like I love to cook, so I started taking chef classes. I loved it. I mean, my kids at home every day, I'm like Chick-fil-A. I spend $140 in a week.
He said Chick-fil-A ain't that good, so you looking bad.
That's the good I seen from the pandemic, is that it really put the world on slow motion.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Slowed everything down.
But they
and
bought
gave you-
shoes like crazy.
Well, I mean, you got to think about that unemployment. Some folks get unemployment, get more than what they were making.
Like he said, exactly.
It was time to they were getting 9 something a week.
Money was out.
And
Money
I
was
would
out
say
there.
9 pair of J's a week.
Money was out there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the one thing that you did. You adapted though, and the way that corporate America adapted. They started, what you said, they started counting their dollars. They got, instead of, you know what I'm saying, putting their focus on the people and the consumers,
right,
they started putting their focus on their pockets. And that's what stopped retail from thriving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're like, okay, there's too many shoes getting sold on the back end, and
right,
start focusing on that instead of focusing on the actual culture and, okay, how can we actually, you know, rebrand our brand and make it more consumable for the actual customer. They were focusing on their pockets, and that's why the resale markets are going to continue to grow.
Yeah, they can't stop
you know what I'm saying?
Because
people, the average person can't get a shoe. Nobody, they might not even have the Foot Locker app to download the app to get the shoe for retail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, always be there.
Because I only have so many I can sell, and once I sell them, I'm out. Once I'm out, I can't remake, reorder.
The resale markets don't always be there for the simple fact that people don't understand and people don't realize you really want it there.
Yeah.
They don't want it there. They don't want to pay more money for a shoe. They don't want to do all that.
Right.
But you want a limited item.
Right.
You want something that everybody ain't got. So the scarcity creates the resale market.
Yeah.
So if Nike put out, you know, enough off-whites for every single person to buy one, it ain't a popular shoe.
Nah, it's not.
It's not off-white no more.
Right.
It's not this. It's not.
Right.
So people like, well, Nike need to make more. No, because Nike know if they do that, it's gonna hurt their business.
Same thing with you.
Because if you put out so many of them, everybody getting them, it doesn't hold its
value.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody riding around in a Panamera.
Yeah.
They ain't Panamera no more. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
I wanna.
But I'm just honestly though, it's
I sold
like
a lot of shoes about that Panamera.
is something you don't see everybody in. So it's a status. It's a something. Everybody's not walking around with that off-white on. It's a status.
But that's the same thing with apparel. Once you guys get to that point, like you say with Off-White, once that apparel gets to that point, and I pray I'm here to see it.
Well, I'm trying to get $100 a t-shirt.
Right. So once it gets to that point, though, you guys make a t-shirt that goes with, you know, like snakeskin 4s or the Off-Whites or Travis Scott's or, you know, everything that we're wearing right now. Once it gets to that point, it's only 20 shirts. Now it's like, whoa, what happened? You know, you selling, like you said, $100 a t-shirt. Plain t-shirt, you know what you put into it, but the picture behind it, the scene, the quality, the stuff that you do, the marketing,
That's
it's the same thing. The storytelling. It becomes that's what it is.
Supply and demand.
Exactly.
But
so
piggybacking off what you said, I want to get y'all thoughts on. All right, are y'all familiar with the situation between Vanessa Bryant, Nike, Kobe Bryant? A couple months back,
they gave her.
They was letting go of the Kobe contract. They were saying no more Kobe's are releasing.
Right.
They couldn't come to an agreement. Did you all were you familiar with why Vanessa said that she wasn't re-signing with them?
No.
I kind of had tidbits, but you probably know.
Tap into it.
One of the things why she said she wasn't, you know, re-signing with them, she was unhappy with the production of Kobe's products. There's a lot of people complaining about not being able to get Kobe's, not being able to get, you know what I'm saying? So she was real upset about it.
Right.
Because she
I hadn't seen that Kobe hit the East Coast in a while.
They have to teach her the business part of it.
Right.
Yeah. But
You know what I'm
see,
saying? Because at first, that's what the common person would think and say.
Right.
let me tell you
Make
what.
more of them. But
Look,
that hurts it.
they probably they sat her down in the corner. They was like, "Hey, look, we gonna give you a nice check." That's what
I believe they probably really showed her how it works.
Yeah,
They got all the data for it.
definitely.
And Kobe sat in there. He understood it. He knew what it was.
For sure.
But she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I think because a lot of people don't know what's just like when you see these athletes, like you say LeBron or Kobe, you see them perform, but you don't see all the stuff in the back.
Right.
Like all the stuff in the back that you do for your videos, all the stuff me and Mont do to produce our clothes, all the stuff he do to develop relationships to even get his shoes.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't just because he got the money.
Right.
Because some folk ain't gonna rock with him anyway. Because one, I ain't dealing with resellers.
Relationship.
Goes back to that personal trait. You have to be that person.
Do for that. And of course, all the work you have to do maintaining, you know what I'm saying, a storefront.
Exactly.
So, you know, once people begin to understand that or enter that world, then they know and they understand, okay, so they had to say, hey, come in our world. Let's show you why this work. Because what you want to have that value so you can continue to provide for your family, if you do that, you finna kill it in a year.
Right.
So you want longevity or you want to make this right now?
That's exactly what it was, I think.
If we give everybody a COVID, boom, nobody don't want no COVID no more.
Yeah,
Because the first shoe after they renewed their contract was recently the Mambacitas.
Yeah. I saw those.
Yeah. So it had to be a story behind it, so then they can push it out. Because if you have a product, and this still goes back to like marketing, storyline, and you know what? Let me switch this. Can anyone name a hype shoe before it becomes a hype shoe?
I don't think anybody. You know what? Nobody really knows what a hype shoe. Let me go.
Hype shoe.
Story.
It's a story.
It's really the colorway and not
Right. I don't feel it's the colorway.
It's two things.
So you think the colorway is selling?
I think people.
No, the amount that Nike one starts out with, if they let it be known, it's only 500. It's
hype shoe.
Hold
on. Okay, that's one trade.
It's the colorway. The model and the colorway. Like if it's a one that's coming out, if it's red and black, like niggas gonna hop on.
I'm glad you said that. Even the Jordan 1. All right, what's the difference between the Jordan 1 Heritage that's about to release and a Jordan 1 Travis Scott? Besides the reverse swoosh, the fragment.
The fragment and the reverse swoosh. That's it.
It's just the colorway, the red. I mean, it's one's red, one's blue, and one has a reverse swoosh. What's the difference?
It's really not the colorway.
It's the name with it too. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the name with it too. But
Because
just take the name away, and for a person to just see like the actual, what is it? What do you call it? Like the sample pair or some shit. Without the name, nobody knows what it looks like, and they just post a picture. People know if it's gonna be hot or not by the colorway, not the necessary brand behind it.
The 3 trainers that came out, we got all 3 of them. It was a light gray, it was a dark gray, and it was like the orangey pair.
the first one, yep.
Right. Just came out this year. When Travis Scott, when that incident happened, that shoe was called the Travis Scott trainer.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out before the trainer. His pair was.
So what happened was when they took that name off, it was just a regular trainer. The shoe went from Travis Scott trainer, whatever it was, and I had 36 pair coming, and it was gonna be a great day. When the incident happened at Astro World,
Yeah.
let me take this name off. Trainer, you're gonna get the dark one, you're gonna get the light one, and you're gonna get this orange.
So it's not a hype shoe now. So the name behind it was a hype shoe.
So think about this. Think about this now. Travis Scott is coming out with a trainer right now. I guarantee you.
He just released one like yesterday.
Killed
And
it.
it's sad. It's sad.
No, they didn't see it.
They said
they were over a million. They were over a million entries.
Usually, Travis is like that. You can get on 20 minutes after and still. All right, they got a side 9.
They weren't sitting. They said that there were over a million. They sold out instantly. There was over a million raffle entries.
And I think the hype behind it. Like people create the hype, and like Jay says, the limited quantity of it. Now, if you want to call the hype shoe around Christmas, that ain't a hype shoe. People just want it because they're gonna make a hell of a lot of pair.
And Christmas shoe is the non-Jordan wearer parent that buys it for him for that one.
For sure.
And that parent is gonna call the store
that's a lot of
100 times.
people's first Jordan. Like, mom and dad, I don't normally buy them, but I'm gonna buy them for them for Christmas.
Right.
It's the gift shoe.
Exactly.
It's the gift shoe. So that sells. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's
said
what
the
does
gift
that. I mean, it is the gift shoe.
That's why it's the most produced shoe.
Kids get their Christmas money, they gonna buy it.
For sure.
They get it ahead of time.
Because you know who gonna call me?
You know.
Bruh. Bruh. You got.
Ain't even gotta call you. Ain't gotta call you.
Throw it to the man. But yeah, dog, it's good though, man.
But yeah, I just want to know what a hype shoe, because like for instance,
who creates the hype?
And that's the thing. I don't know.
Once again, the celebrity.
It's the celebrity. It's the name and the story. I want to say the name and the story.
Is enough hype itself, because them slippers, I don't care what y'all.
Come on, jail. They regular jail.
No.
What are they?
They jailhouse slippers. What you
want?
With the orange.
It's just, come on, man.
Just keeping it real.
That's just straight up. If that was not Kanye, that's a Walmart shoe that's gonna.
But you know the crazy part about that, you can see how much influence and how much, like just push is
But you
behind
can't
it
tell
from a
grown
person.
For sure.
that you buying that because he ain't wearing. No, I like him. No,
That's exactly what they gonna say.
You in the Walmart and see that said, Marvin, kill these.
Exactly what
No,
it
you
was,
got to.
I seen exactly. I seen so-and-so.
But now you can take some women that'll walk in Target and
Right.
say, these some flip flops. I grab these. Now women be true to that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But like these men, dog. You
Yeah,
lying.
what's retail on that shoe? The Nike slide.
For the Nike Yeezy slide?
Yeah, the slides.
They got a Nike Yeezy?
No, the Yeezy slide.
Oh, they
Yeezy
$75. I actually just bought 2 pairs for retail.
$75
Okay.
retail. Now, how many people do you think, if it wasn't Kanye, gonna come in my store and pay $350 for a pair of slides?
If they weren't, no. If they weren't for Kanye, no.
That's one of my #1 selling shoes, Yeezy slides, and I charge $350 on them. Retail.
And they coming in there like that.
In and
That's
out.
crazy.
In and out. In and out.
There's no way.
That's crazy.
So
There's no way.
I can't do that because I have morals and values. You know, I have to ring you up and your price comes as $203.30. I can't do that. I mean, but at the same time, sometimes, you know, now I'm understanding your world. I mean, I don't want to jump in it, but I respect the fact that what you do, because we get shoes straight from Nike, Jordan, all our manufacturers or what have you. And like I said, we have a code that we have to abide by.
Right.
And it's fine. I think.
Yeah, because you don't want to lose your contract.
No.
Because it's certain things that you got to understand the rules, regulation, and guidelines, and you got to follow that. But then there's that gray area where someone who isn't in that and they can create their own rules, regulation, and guidelines. You know what I'm saying? So then that way they can produce whatever they want to produce, or they can service whatever they want to service.
I just think we're intuitive as a people, man. You know, someone said, "Look, I cannot get this shoe," and then they were like, "Damn, okay, when I get this shoe, I'm just gonna take it and resell the hell out of it," and it worked. One time,
I mean,
and it kept going.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at life in general. Everything is bought and resold. Everything is right. It's just a different
Nike resells to retailers, if you want to put it at that.
Yeah.
Because Nike is making that product for way cheaper than what they're selling it to a retailer for. Retailers are paying for it cheaper than the consumers are, like the customers, you know what I'm saying? So
it's like that with anything. You build a house, the person that built is making money off the person that buys, the realtor making, you know, it's the same thing. It's just people see it, it's just a shoe. So the people don't understand that it's the same algorithm as anything else that you're buying.
Man, it's good, man. Always a good discussion. And when we hear, you know, reseller, Jay with Barely, definitely Jay, the sneaker guy, got more shoes than he has feet. So, but definitely, man, we appreciate you guys coming on, and we just appreciate you guys taking the time out to definitely you, AD, putting it in my brain to help me understand the life of a reseller, buy, sell, trade. Because trust me, before now I was naive, tunnel vision.
Like I told you then, you just gotta adapt, man. You don't understand that you still right here on the totem pole. Resellers down here, we trying to get to where you at. Right?
So you got levels too.
For sure. Resellers. All right.
You only worth what you know. What would you learn to save your soul? You got a dream, now make some goals. Plant your seeds and watch it grow. Back at the end of the show.
Yep.
It's a great show today we had today. Topic was sneaker culture.
Sneaker culture.
So just to pinpoint some things that we talked about the sneaker culture today, we had AD, who was our buy, sell, trade guy. We don't want to call him a reseller.
Right.
Had Sneaker J, who is basically a sneaker enthusiast, a collector of sorts.
Yes.
And we also had our homeboy Jay from Barely Ordinary.
Yep.
Which he touched bases on the fashion, and also put like some really cool points about just the culture within itself.
Right.
Yeah. So it was a really, really, really good show today.
I learned a lot with AD, being in that world, in that realm, about resale, that type stuff. Sneaker J also brought a lot to the table too, as far as sneaker enthusiasts, the hype. Where does it come from? You know, who does it come from? I mean, you know, it was actually dope. I mean, you know, applaud yourself too, definitely. Rabbit Man's Clothing, along with Jay. You know, you bring a lot to the table. Definitely, it's if I sell the shoes, then I have a T-shirt or a crew or a sweater to go with it. So
You do have some apparel that you can
Right.
correlate with the item.
yeah,
Yeah. So along with product, we also provide a good service. So,
definitely.
yeah, for sure. Now, let's get to the main point here. Not to dissect everything that we talked about, which was really good, but we do want to talk about kick of the day.
Kick of the day.
What's your kick of the day, my man?
Kick of the day. So if you don't know what the kick of the day is, basically what we're doing is we recap it. You know, everything that we talked about today, but kick of the day is that one kick. And we're gonna do this every single episode, but it's gonna be that kick that takes you down memory lane.
For sure.
It's a stroll. Where are you going? Where were you when this happened? For me, actually I have two.
Okay.
So actually I have three, but I didn't bring the third pair. So kick of the day. Now, this is my Holy Grailish Air Max 1 OG.
Okay.
I saw this shoe, and you know, for all intents and purposes, the dope boy had on the shoe. And he was decked out sharp, man. Like, this shoe right here, every single time this shoe comes out, every single year, I buy one. I never believe in buying a shoe twice, but with this one, I bought this one. And, you know, being that I have a Nike contract, it makes it a hell of a lot easier for me to get it. So I got these, but also my other kick, same ones again, but I have never stuck my foot in this shoe.
I can tell, still got the paper in it.
Still got the paper in it. Nike sign, Air Max 1 with the lime green bottom. I probably won't wear it. Hopefully it doesn't crumble or anything, but you know, I keep it in a nice, cool, and nice storage. But yeah, these are my kicks of the day. It took me back to a moment back in, you know, the late 80s, early 90s. I couldn't afford them, so now I have 3 pair, and I'm just gonna keep buying the same shoe every single year. So I mean, we're good. But yeah, this is me, my kick of the day. This is what I like. Oh, so what you got? What you got, homeboy?
All right. Well, my kick of the day.
All right.
Pull it out here. Definitely got to pull this out here.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Throw.
Air Flight 89.
89.
So this shoe came out when I was in the 8th grade.
Scottie Pippen-ish.
Sort of, kind of.
I see the
But yeah,
Bulls
this
color.
shoe came out in 89. Came
Right.
out when I was in the 8th grade. And crazy story about it, I was in the 8th grade. Middle school basketball team, they had a particular shoe that they had to wear. But one guy on the team got a blue and white pair. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta get this shoe.
Got to.
So I went to my mom, asked her, of course, you know, mom was like, we'll see. I never got the shoe. But when this shoe re-released, I had to get it. So I definitely copped it, and I had to get it. So I'm looking for the blue and white colorway to come out. But
OG.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Air Flight 89, kick of the